Welcome back. UCO Bank is the next management that's joining us on the show now. After a good fourth quarter, deposits were healthy. The asset quality also improved on a sequential basis. To discuss this and more, we are being joined by Ashwini Kumar, the MD and CEO at UCO Bank. Mr. Kumar, good afternoon. Thank you for joining in. Your deposit momentum was fairly healthy during the fourth quarter. Advances were also up almost 18% from last year. Does this momentum sustain going into FY26? What are the targets that you have set in terms of both loan growth and deposit growth for the new financial year?
Thank you for having me on your show. If you see our performance during this current last financial year vis-a-vis the previous financial year our deposit growth was around 5.5%. This financial year our deposit growth is 11.5%. So we have already started building the momentum on the deposit front. There were two reasons previous year and that deposit growth was not so good because we were not concentrating on deposit because our CD ratio was very low. So we had targeted a CD ratio of 74 to 75% in this financial year, which we achieved with a deposit growth of 11.6%. Now going forward, we have kept a deposit growth guidance of 10 to 12% and CD ratio to 75 to 77%. Along with that, the credit growth during the last financial year was around 17%. We will continue the momentum which we have built in this last financial year. If you see my credit growth, that was spread across segments. You take RAM, within RAM, retail grew at around 35%, MSME grew at around 18%, and agriculture grew at around 20%. So the momentum has been built within the entire banking system of the branch network. We have also implemented retail hubs and MSME hubs this last financial year. So I believe that the momentum will continue in this financial year as well.
Okay, when you say the momentum will continue, any kind of specific guidance that we can expect when it comes to credit and deposit growth going into the entire fiscal?
See, this year we have, last year we achieved around 11.5%. So our guidance for the current year is 10 to 12% of deposit growth and 12 to 14% of our credit growth. That is the conservative guidance we have kept for ourselves, and given a opportunity where we have a bankable proposals and where our margins or our pricing is matched, we'll take further exposures as well. So on a conservative basis, 12 to 14% is our guidance.
What about asset quality, Mr. Kumar? It's improved on a sequential basis. Your gross NPAs were trending downwards. Slippages were marginally higher compared to the previous quarter. What would you attribute that to? And will the slippages number trend down as well as the quarters go by?
If you look at the slippages on an annual basis, our slippage ratio in the last 22-23 was 1.75%. Next year, we brought it down to 1.2%. This year, our slippage ratio is on a yearly basis is 0.92%. Our guidance for the slippage ratio is 1 to 1.25 in the current financial year. Absolute number may look a little higher, but if you look at the base, because the base has also increased now. So absolute number, but on a percentage terms, it will trend in the same range. Our guidance is 1 to 1.25%. So far as the gross NPA and net NPA, will continue our journey to bring them further down by concentrating more on recovery and containing slippages in the current quarter and the remaining quarters of the current financial year.
Okay, all right. Let's just get a little bit of color on the net interest margins. Can you just give us a sense in terms of what the cost of funds were this quarter? What are you guiding for going into the fiscal?
See, if you look at my net interest margin, last year net interest margin was in the range of 2.9 to 2.92, and we have given a guidance of net interest margin of 3 to 3.10. And if you look at the net interest margin, it is in this range only 3.09%. So with the reduction in the repo rate, there will be some impact on the net interest margin. And going forward, I believe that the team is working on raising deposit, containing cost of deposit, improving CASA, because we have already launched many new products to converse new quality CASA customers account. I believe that we should be in the range of 3 to 3.1 also in this current financial year.
So 3 to 3.1% in the current financial year as well, Mr. Kumar. But there is so much competition, right? Almost all of your peers are vying for deposits. And so what are the steps that you are taking to boost your deposit growth and to lure customers towards your bank?
See, there are 3-4 things we have done in the last financial year for the first time in our bank. First, we started with the resource vertical at the head office level and zonal resource team at the ground level at zonal offices level. 43 zones we have across the country. Now, to strengthen the zonal structure, we are opening 6 more zonal offices and 6 more ZRT teams will be there. Second, we have done the tap banking. Earlier, it was we started last year with the 500 branches, then 700. Now, in March quarter, we have given tap to all the branches across the country. And now, our entire branch network, our people, our staff can go to the office, to the workplace, to the home with the tap to open quality CASA customers account. So third thing we have done is we have revamped the entire product structure. We have now products for each walk of life. For a student, catch them young is our tagline for a student. And then we have for the female, we have a pink basket we have launched with additional benefits for the female customers. And then for salaried customers, we have a Suvidha salary product where we have for different salary structure, different combination of offers. And then for the normal customers which are not covered under these categories, there also we have revamped our product. Plus, we have launched special deposit scheme also, plus green deposit scheme also. So a lot of effort is going on within the bank to see that we continue our march towards garnering the good deposits.
Okay. Just before we wrap up, you did speak briefly about the asset quality. But Mr. Kumar, just wanted to get a sense that, your slippages were around 588 crores this quarter. What is the quarterly run rate that we can expect, and what is your guidance on recoveries as well?
See, our slippage during the quarter was 488 crore, not 588 crore. It is 488 crore. And slippages should be in this range only in this coming quarters. And overall slippage ratio, we have kept that in 1 to 1.25. And last year also, overall, our slippage ratio on a yearly basis is 0.92 only. So we'll continue to monitor our profile products, revamp those products also in the times to come. So the guidance for the slippage is 1 to 1.25 only. Second thing on recovery front, we have already done around more than 4,000 crore of recovery in the last financial year. We have given a guidance of around 3,000 crore of recovery. And in December, since there were certain additional recoveries had come, we have revised our guidance to 3,250 crore. We surpassed that guidance also because there was one particular account which we was expected to get resolved in June quarter.
Right.
It got in the last quarter itself. So last year our recovery was much more than the guidance. This year we have kept a guidance of 2,700.
One final question, Mr. Kumar, very quickly. You've raised 2,000 crore rupees through this QIP. Now, is there any further mandate to bring has the government communicated to you any further to bring the stake down? Because it's still at 90%, right? So to bring it down to 75%, has there been a timeline shared?
See, we have taken a board approval for a capital raising plan in our board, and we'll be taking up this for this approval to the AGM in the next AGM which we will be conducting, and then we'll approach the government for their approval for giving us approval to raise the equity through QIP in this current financial.
All right, Mr. Kumar, thank you so much for sparing time and joining us today, and wish you good luck for the new financial year as well. The management of UCO Bank, the stock consistent at around 4% higher at around 32 rupees. Take a short break, but before we do that, here's some good news. Network 18 is the leader in the news information category on the platform leadership network level with 183.2 million unique views, beating Times Internet as per Comscore MMX report of March 2025 at the Social Plus on platform leadership network level. Network 18 is the runaway leader as per the Social Plus MMX Comscore report for March 2025 with 315 million unique views, which is 55% higher than the nearest competitor Times Internet at 202 million. News 18 also races ahead of the Times of India in terms of Social Plus MMX cumulative reach. News18.com overall clocked 251 million unique views, to beat the Times of India overall with 183 million unique views as per the ComScore report for March of 2025. Now, as per the ComScore social media matrix report, Network 18 is 2 times bigger than the nearest competitor with a 54% reach within the 389 million overall social population. And speaking about Indian languages, in terms of social plus MMX cumulative reach, News 18 Indian languages is the leader in the category with 182 million unique views as per the ComScore report for March of 2025.